Hello guys, welcome to day 6. Good job staying with me here so far. Today's gonna be pretty full body. All you're gonna need, I got some bands here. If you have weights at home, if you have laundry detergent bottles, bottles of wine, whatever you want, just a little bit of weights. We're gonna do some shoulder raise stuff. And then either a step or a chair, or a table. We're gonna do some tricep dips as well. So let's go ahead and get started. Just gonna open up the chest here. It's gonna be 30 minutes on, 30 minutes off, just like normal. A little warm up here. Start opening up, get the body moving. If you're doing this in the morning, very important to warm up. Get the blood flowing. Do some arm circles here. Start making them slowly bigger and bigger as you go. They should be going all the way around towards the end. And let's go in reverse again, start small. And we're going bigger and bigger as we go. Good job. All right, I'm gonna squat down. Russian baby makers, grab my toes. Try and push my knees out and then stand straight up. If you want to hold on to your toes and just pop your hips up, get a little more hamstring and just straight back down. So you should be pushing out, your weight should be in your heels. You're trying to keep your chest up as much as you can, and then you're pushing up through your heels and driving your knees backwards. All right, let's get started here. Let's do some runners in place. Start getting the blood going. Getting that heart rate up a little bit here before we get started and moving. Let's go, guys. You made it here today. Let's keep pushing ourselves through this whole thing. It's gonna be 30 minutes and you're done. Let's do some jumping jacks and we'll get started. Remember, arms straight, light on our toes. Our hands touch at the top. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, let's get going. I'm gonna start my timer here. First one we got is push-ups. So, push-up position, high plank here. Put our hands into the ground underneath our shoulders. We're screwing our hands into the ground and keeping our elbows close to our sides. Our core stays tight so that it doesn't sag like that. You don't want to pike up like this. You're just doing a shoulder press. So try and keep your weight out over your hands and not behind your hands. Good job. I'm gonna be moving here. This is our 30 minutes of active rest. So try and stay moving with me if you can. If not, just side to side steps. Just don't stand there. If you want to do a stretch, that's okay if you need it. But try and stay as active as possible. We got squats next. But we want to keep our heart rate up this whole time. So we're working to stay up. Same thing as the push-up. Actively screw your feet into the ground. It's gonna turn your glutes on. I don't really care where your hands are. If you want them out for balance, if you want them on your hips, or just in front of you. But you're keeping your chest up and you're driving through your heels. My knees are staying out. My first movement is my butt goes back, like I'm sitting down into a chair. We got lateral flies next. We're gonna grab our weight, grab our bands, whatever we have, Again, this is our active rest period. So try and stay moving with me as much as you can. I have the handles here. If you just have one band, I'll show you that as well. You can step one hand or one foot on it, I should say, and just straight out to the sides. So whether you're weight or band, you don't need to go above your shoulders. You don't need to do that. Just go to shoulder level and back down. But try and keep your back. So roll your back, down and back, your backbones, I should say. And try and hold them there as you come up. Try and control that movement up and down, especially if you're using a band. Don't just throw your arms up and let it yank you back down. That slow movement on the way back down is really, really important. We got dips next. So get your chair, get your step, and use this guy right here. Show you a couple of variations. So you want your hands pretty much where your butt would be if you were to sit down, and then your elbows stay in. You don't want to flare your elbows out. You're going to put pressure on the front of your shoulders. So try and go straight up and down. Evenly distribute your weight through your hands. If you need to bend your knees, that's okay. The closer you move your feet, the easier it's going to be, and take less of that, less of your weight off of your hands, more into your feet. But if you try and keep your legs straight, or even raise one of them, that's the best way. Well, the hardest way, I should say. We got leg lifts. We're going to be on the ground, on our backs here. Go ahead and get set up. And we're just straight up and down. So try not to touch every time. Our core stays tight. If you need to, do one leg at a time. That's okay. But your low back needs to stay on the ground. So if you start to feel it arching, make it easier on yourself. You can bend your knee like this. Just slow and controlled movements. You really need that low back to stay on the ground. So suck that belly button in like you're trying to touch your spine. And it's gonna keep your core real tight. We got reverse lunge. Again, you're staying with me here. Keep moving. Reverse lunge, but we're gonna stay low the whole time. So I'm stepping back, but I'm staying low. See how I'm not actually coming all the way up? It's just a little dip so I can clear my leg as I go through. My chest is staying up. So from the side, I'm staying low. My chest is staying up. And my knees are staying out. Should be a burner. Good job on that one. Try and stay as low as you can throughout that whole set. I'm gonna do some shuffles here. Mix it up. Again, do whatever you want to do here. If you want to do runners, shuffles, whatever you want. This is your active rest. Try and stay moving though. We got forward raise, so grab your weights. Again, we're stepping on. You have a band, and it's just straight out in front. Again, I'm locking, rolling down and back, my scaps, and then coming up. I'm controlling the movement up and down, not letting the band yank me around. And I don't need to come above shoulder level. Good work. Good work, good work. Don't trip over your mats. We got lateral lunge next. So we're gonna stand in the middle. Make sure you have space we're going side to side. Same thing as a squat. Remember to push your butt back, first movement. So I'm stepping out to the side, not stepping in the pool. And I'm touching in the middle each time, stepping out. Didn't leave myself much space here, so I'm gonna go a little diagonal. But again, my chest stays up, my butt goes back, my knees over my toes. It's not coming forward, way out past my toes. That's one extra there just for fun. We got heel taps next, so we're gonna be on the ground on our backs again. Try and make it as hard on yourself as you can. Push those heels away from you so that you really have to reach down and touch with each rep. So your backbone should be off the ground the whole time, and I'm just tilting side to side and tapping my heels. Again, your core is staying tight here. Your low back should definitely not be on the ground, off the ground, because you should be in like a crunch position and then just tilting your upper body almost side to side so you can reach like that. So you don't need to side bend your whole body, but it's more of a tilt. We got squat pulse next. Same as the lunge, we're gonna stay low on this one. Try and stay as low as you can. Feel that burn, own the burn. That's what you're here for. So again, we're getting low, and it's just little movements up and down. My chest is staying up, my weight's back in my heels. So if you go from this way, my weight's back in my heels, I'm staying low, and it's just moving about 6 inches up and down. Feel that burn. Woo. Good work. That's one round. 2 more to go. Stay with me here. Heart rate should be getting up a little bit now. It's not too much of a cardio today. That's why we're trying to stay moving during these active rests and really making every set count. We're back to push-ups here. So remember, screwing our hands into the ground. It's gonna lock our elbows in tight. If you need to go from your knees, it's the same thing. Keep your elbows in tight. You should almost be feeling like you're pushing from your back as you come up. If you're locking your elbows the correct way. Again, our core stays tight, so we're in one line going up and down. It's hot out here today, it's humid. We're in this heat wave right now. I'm starting to sweat. We got squats next though. And I'm not quitting on you, you're not quitting on me. Again, first movement is backwards, like you're sitting down into a chair. Your weight should be in your heels, almost to where your toes are coming off the ground, and you're driving up through your heels. So, you look at it from the side, my chest stays up, I'm screwing my feet into the ground, driving the heels out, and just going up and down. If you can only get that much range of motion, that's fine. But go as close as you can to 90 degrees to the ground with your knees. We got lateral flies. So I'm gonna switch feet with the band that I stepped on. Same thing though. I lock my scaps back and down, and then I come straight up. I'm not trying to get as many reps as possible here. Well, I am, but in a controlled manner. I'm not doing those. Not a bird trying to fly away. Especially when you get to the top. You almost want to hold it there for a second if you have the bands. And slow and control on the way down. But we're back to dips. We're almost halfway. Moving and grooving here. Get your step, get your chair, get your table, whatever you're using. Remember, hands are about shoulder width apart. If you want to lift the leg, make it a little harder. Even if you are bending your knee, you can still lift your leg. Give yourself an added difficulty. Make sure to switch halfway. Even yourself out. Elbows are staying in, tight, they're not flaring out. And we're driving up through the palms of our hands. We got leg lifts. It's gonna be on our backs. Really holding that core tight the whole time. Back stays on the ground. Let's give it a go. So, I want your toes pointed towards your face. It's gonna lock your knees. Again, this is slow and controlled, especially towards the bottom. If you need to do one leg again, just alternate. Your toes are still pointed towards your face, and you're pulling up with your core. We got reverse lunge. We're halfway. It's exactly halfway. Good job. Day 6, people. Still going with me. All right, we're staying low. So it doesn't need to be a full step back. It can be a little shorter this time since we're staying low. But it's that little dip that you should be feeling the burn. Stay low, stay low. Come on. Whew. Work those legs, baby. We got a forward raise next, so grab your weights, grab your bands. If you need a little water break real quick, grab a sip, but you're right back with me. I'm grabbing my bands here, getting ready. Forward raise, lock, scaps back and down, and then straight up. Slow and controlled all the way through. If you have too much weight on your bands, if you have too much weight in your hands, drop it a little bit. There's no shame in dropping your weight. I would much rather have you do your reps slow and controlled with less weight than feeling like you have to jump into your rep or do something like that, you're not going to strengthen those stabilizers if you're just throwing yourself in. Sorry, we got a lateral lunge. So stepping out to the middle and back out to the side. Getting too busy talking. Sitting our butt backs. Our chest stays up. Our knees are over our toes. And we drive off the outside, off the inside of the foot that we stepped with to propel ourselves back towards the middle. Heel taps next. Back on our backs. I don't know what I'm doing here. I'm just still moving. Again, I don't care what you do. Just keep moving. But push those heels away from you so you have to get off the ground. And I'm tapping with each rep. Again, it's like your upper body's moving back and forth. Not as much as your whole torso leaning side to side. Feel that more in your obliques on the outside. We got squat pulse. We're staying low. We're loving the burn. Almost through 2 rounds. Woo. Stay with me here. We're low. Lower than last time. Our chest stays up though. Our butt stays back. And our weights are in our heels. Driving up through our heels. You should feel this mostly in your glutes. We're staying low, stay low. Come on. Whew. 2 rounds down. 1 more to go. If you need a quick sip of water, go ahead and grab it. I'm going right through. This is our last round here. 1 more time. This is our best yet, so push yourself. Nothing left in the tank. You got push-ups. Again. Screw those hands into the ground. Keep those elbows in tight. Our weight shifted forward. And our body stays in one line with the ground the whole time. We got squats. Again, do whatever you want here. But this is the last round, so try and make it your most active, your best reps yet, your hardest variations. Give it everything you got in this last one. Make sure you're coming all the way up with your squats, driving through your hips, squeezing your glutes at the top. Good job, good job, good job. We got lateral flies. We're gonna grab our bands, grab our weights. going here, keep going. I'm gonna grab my bands, get ready. Away we go. Make sure they're even underneath. Mosquito flying around my legs. Remember, slow and control. Good job. Come on. We got 6 minutes left. Push yourself for 6 minutes. Doesn't sound so bad. I say it's only that long. I'm not kidding, none of this is bad. This is great. Love the burn, love working out. You got dips. Grab your chair, grab your step. Shoulder width apart. Driving up, straight through your palms, all the way up. Again, make this your hardest variation yet. Raise your leg. Try not to bend your knees less. Whatever you've been doing. Let's go, guys. We got leg lifts. We're gonna be on our backs here. Right now we're bouncing, moving around. You just stepping side to side. You wanna take out the bounce. Ooh. That's for another time. Again, our toes stay pointed towards our face. If you want to reach your arms up, balance yourself out a little bit, that's okay. If you need to do one leg or bend the knee, you can do double leg, like that. I guess that's for next time. We got reverse lunge. We're gonna stay low. We're gonna stay really low this whole time. Feed into that burn. Don't ignore it, but work through it. We're staying low. We dip down just a bit when that back foot touches, but as we come forward, we stay low into the next lunge. Woo. Good job, good job. Four minutes left. 4 minutes. We got forward raise. Grab your weights, grab your bands. You can drink the wine after if you're using wine. Maybe not if this is you're doing it in the first thing in the morning, but everybody's working from home now, so. Slow and controlled. Shoulder level, straight back down. Even if you are using weights, that movement down, slow and controlled, is really important. That eccentric strength. I'm leaking, but we're almost there. We got lateral lunge. So remember, we're driving off the inside of our foot as we come up towards the middle. So I step out, drive. I step out, drive. It should lead you straight into the next lunge. You don't need to stop in the middle. My butt sits back. And I'm driving out, feeling it in my glute as I drive up. We got 2 minutes left. Let's run it out. Stay with me here. We got heel taps, we're gonna be on the ground. But for now, we're running. Pick whatever speed you like. Try and stay moving here. Be on the ground. Let's get going. Remember, it's a tilt with your upper body and you're reaching. It's not a full side to side dip. But your back bones, your scapula are off the ground. And I'm touching my heels every single rep. Try and push your heels out as far as you can. Make it tough on yourself. We're right back up and we're running. We got squat pulse and we're done. Stay with me, guys. Run with me here. Run a little faster maybe. Get those heart rates up. Empty the tank. Here we go. Squat pulse. Stay low, stay low. Screw those feet into the ground. Weights back in my heels. Come on. Feel the burn, feel the burn. Work through it. You're almost there. Stay low, stay low. You might start to drift up. Whew. Good job. I'm gonna shut my timer off here. Good job, good job. You need to keep moving around, lower your heart rate a little bit. I'm gonna do a couple stretches here. Upper body. Let's go arm across. So you can do this. Throw your arm across, hold it with your other arm, and then pull. You should feel this all in the back side of your arm here. You keep moving around while we do this. Just walking in place a little bit. Good work today, guys. Go ahead and switch. Same thing. Pull yourself across with that other arm. We're a sixth of the way through 30 days. Keep it up with me. You don't need to be doing it every day unless you have the time and have the drive, but consistency is key, so make sure you're getting your routine down. Sorry, throw your arm up high, bend, and then we're pulling. If you want a little more, you can drive the hip out to the side. Feel it all in the back of your arm definitely, but maybe down your side here as well. Consistency is key. Build that routine. Go ahead and switch. Getting a couple pops in the shoulder there. Drive that hip out. Get a little extra maybe in those obliques that we worked today. You can go, if you want to bring your right hand behind, grab with your left. and then side bend your neck away. You should feel that all in the right side of your neck. If you want to roll your head back and forth, hit different parts of that muscle. And switch. If you guys ever have any questions about personalizing anything, or something's not working for you in these workouts, you're not feeling it in the right spots or anything, feel free to reach out at any time. We're always open to questions. I'm giving you our opinions or what we feel would be best. That's it for me today, guys. Good job. See you tomorrow for day 7.